Hi, my name is Robyn and this is my Multidimensional Snapshot. I'm going to first start with the personal dimension, beginning with my biological self. I consider myself pretty health conscious. I attribute a lot of that to being raised with my mother, who dealt with hypoglycemia, and my father, who dealt with type 2 diabetes, requiring insulin and glucose monitoring and all of that. It's made me pretty aware of the food that I put in my body and my level of physical activity and how it correlates with my overall health. One of my favorite physical activities is yoga. This is my yoga mat. I like to use my TV to connect to the internet and use YouTube to find yoga workout videos and work out here in my home. I find that it definitely helps me to de-stress if I have some major event coming up. It also helps me to clear my mind. So definitely one of my favorite physical activities. On to my spiritual person. I was raised in a evangelical conservative Christian home. We were never part of a major religious community, but that set of values and morals were definitely embraced and taught in my home. As I moved into high school, I started to connect my parents' conservative political views that I didn't really agree with their religious views, and that kind of helped to move me into an agnostic phase, trying to figure out what it was I actually believed in and how I could reconcile my political views with my religious views. And I was agnostic for quite a while. I've recently connected with a unity congregation that I feel very comfortable with and now take an active role in, and it's really helped to bring spirituality back into my life and make it a daily part of my life. On to the environmental dimension. Because of both of my parents' physical ailments, they relied on disability as their main source of income for most of my childhood, and because of that we lived in lower income neighborhoods for the most part. And I discussed a little bit about this last semester, but in my community, Shreveport, Louisiana, our lower income neighborhoods have non-existent sidewalks. Like, there literally are not any sidewalks, and the playgrounds are not very inviting. The equipment is outdated and shows visible signs of age, like rust and things like that. Not really something that you would want your kids playing on or that would welcome your kids to hang out. So I think that that's a major issue for us right now, and it's definitely something that I feel passionate about, and I'm hoping to help in any way to make physical activity a lot more realistic in our lower income neighborhoods. I currently live in a middle class neighborhood with my nuclear family that consists of my husband and my 8-year-old son. He's actually a lot bigger now, but I'm guilty of taking a ton of pictures on digital devices and never getting them developed. So that was the most up-to-date picture I have for you guys. As far as being part of a formal organization, I am currently a program coordinator for the nonprofit Louisiana Association on Compulsive Gambling. The program I coordinate is our Helpline Operations program, which is a 24/7 helpline for problem gamblers and their family. We currently answer for about 22 states, and if you ever see casino advertisements or even on your lottery tickets a number for help, that's us. This is one of our posters from Washington, and it'll usually say if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, something to that effect. The radio ads run our number on the end, all of that. So what we do is people call and we give them information on resources and help in their area. We also try as much as possible to advocate for funding for problem gamblers and their families. So during legislative sessions, we may testify or provide statistical information on constituents and representatives areas that are dealing with problem gambling, and really try to make sure that some of the revenue from casinos are earmarked for treatment and services. It's definitely something I feel very passionate about. In my state, Louisiana, we have one of the best treatment programs and networks in the country. We have an inpatient facility and outpatient counseling, so it's definitely something I'm passionate about. I've been there 7 years now, and it's just a big passion of mine. As far as time dimensions and starting to talk about globalization and the articles that we read this week about young people and how they're able to interact through social media and technology, that's something that we've been really embracing at work. We recently wrote a grant for a chat and text line that we've opened up. And with that, we've realized that we've opened up contact for all around the world. We would get calls from other countries beforehand on the helpline, but it's really become much more frequent now that we've added services online. So we're definitely going through education and trying to make sure that we're prepared to assist citizens of other countries when they contact us through the helpline. We've implemented a language line service for our helpline that can interpret up to 20-something languages. So globalization is really affecting us right now, especially with the increase of internet gambling. So now it's real easy for someone to be partaking in internet gambling with a company in another country and coming across our number and calling us from another country. So the connectedness of us here in Louisiana and the rest of the world has increased tenfold here recently. Definitely a topic that I'll be interested in discussing and talking about as we move further through the semester. Okay, well, thank you for watching.